A dog helped solve a murder.
That's not clickbait. I find this to be an extremely interesting story. A dog just solved a murder. Okay, well, hold on. The dog itself didn't solve the murder. It's not Scooby-Doo. It didn't roll out there in the mystery machine and, unmask the villain or...
So, like, did it sniff for it? Hey, dogs can't solve mysteries, though. They got smart-ass sniffing, that... You know what I mean? Those motherfuckers be sniffing like a bitch. Oh, man.
Anything like that. It's not Air Bud. But a dog... The dog's presence and the way the dog was behaving helped lead officers in the right direction to find the murder suspect. There's a reference I'm sure all of you have heard before, and it happens when a dog tries to get a human's attention. You might hear someone say, "What's the matter? Timmy's stuck in the well?" And it's a reference to a show called Lassie. This joke was even made in Fairly Odd Parents back in the day. Also, I looked it up. Timmy never got stuck in a well in that show. He did end up on like an active minefield and like exposed to radiation. So it seems like the forces of nature really wanted him dead, but they never...
I remember seeing this one video of this dude was like, they're going to abandoned houses for a video. And as they were in there, they found a guy that's hiding under a bed. But they had their dog and put a GoPro on the dog. And they let the dog sniff around. So the dog went around the house and sees something under the bed, goes up to it, and there's this dude just fucking sleeping under the bed. I don't know if that dude's dead, sleeping, or scared, or trying to hide. I don't know. I gotta find this video. Look at that motherfucker. Dude's just under the bed, bro. Yo, I would not be under a bed if that shit was there.
Stranded him in a well. But in earlier seasons, someone named Jeff did end up in a well. Regardless, the references existed for decades, and I always just wrote it off as a load of fish paste that's just there for good television. It would never actually happen in the real world, because most people would see a dog barking and going ballistic and just assume it's doing doggy shit. Nothing out of the ordinary, no need to warrant a deeper investigation. But it turns out that a dog doing this exact behavior actually just helps solve a murder. And I learned about it today from a Law and Crime Network video that just got recommended to me. It is a fascinating and very sad case that I just wanted to talk about.
I need you to get fired.
Dog exposes owner's killer after horrific murder.
PID and 04 out here. This looks like a body that's burning.
Burning? Yo, that's bad, bro. Bro, that body's burning. I really hope they did that after. Dude, imagine getting burnt to death. Oh my god, that's got to be like at least top 3 pain ever.
Officers were called out about a fire in a field, and when they got there, it turned out it was a body that had been lit on fire. So they began a deep investigation, obviously.
What's up, puppy?
Nearby, a white labradoodle barks frantically, refusing to leave the scene.
Come here.
Officers try to capture the dog, but it evades them, as if guarding the site.
So this dog, in the pouring rain and hail, refused to leave the site. It was constantly barking, refusing to be captured, and refusing to leave. And officers started to wonder why. I mean, it must have belonged to the victim here. And its presence there could actually be really helpful in trying to figure out who this was, because the body was burned beyond recognition.
No, you're just crazy.
That was the whole plan from the murderer, to set the body ablaze so that they couldn't identify who it was. And the dog being here and refusing to leave now gives them a really good chance at trying to figure out who it was by finding who the owner of the dog is.
You sure are hanging around here. Is that your person over there?
You can see the smoke.
Hey, the way that dog's hanging around. Is there anybody at the station that could bring us the chip checker? Like at the fire station or over to the PD? Is the dog trying to be protective or trying to lead us over there? Because it looks like she's trying to lead us over there.
The officer seems to be sniffing it out here, that this dog must have belonged to...
Yeah, they be chill as fuck when there's dead bodies, bruh. Like, you just see a murder happen, bruh, I'd be like creeped out. Someone's gonna start shooting that bitch down, you know what I mean? Props to them. Yeah, I can never be a cop.
Person, and they try and catch it. They try and get animal control out there, but animal control doesn't. The following morning, a normal citizen calls animal control because the dog was still there the next morning. And after the citizen calls, animal control comes through, scoops up the dog, they check the chip, and now they have their case.
The citizen calls Robinson Animal Control, who are able to capture the dog and scan its microchip. They learn the dog is named Titan, and he belongs to Mandy Rose Reynolds, a 26-year-old from San Marcos, Texas. Police call the phone number linked to the dog's tag. They leave a message and quickly get a call back.
Is that the girl that died?
Yes, hi, my name's Mandy Reynolds, and I got a message that you guys found my dog.
Oh, perfect.
Mandy returns the police call, and what do you know? She's so happy that her dog's coming back. Man, Mandy really does sound full of jubilation right now.
Hi, I just got a message saying you guys found my dog.
We believe so. So, what is your dog?
He's a poodle retriever mix.
Poodle retriever mix?
Yeah, he's white. And we looked for him for a couple of hours, and
How long ago was this that he's been out?
oh heck, it's been I don't know. This would have been around 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning.
What, last night? About one last night?
Yeah. What time did you guys find him?
They ran the chip this morning.
For those of you with gifted ears, you might be picking up a little something fishy from this conversation here. And the officer seems to start getting a whiff of something a bit awry. It sounds like someone putting on a voice on Xbox Live. This is someone that their story isn't making sense.
So your name is Mandy Rose Reynolds.
Sure.
So about 1 o'clock last night, you and were at.
Damn, did she get burnt, bruh?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yes. What? I mean, what is the interrogation about?
I can't even imagine what he went through, and then now there's a deceased person. Like, oh my God.
It's a shame the Oscar nominations are already locked in because, man, this is quite a performance that's being put on display here. A classically trained thespian, no doubt. You can really hear the emotion in the voice. Devastated to learn what is happening.
This number comes back to a different name. Are you on somebody's phone plan?
No, yes.
Okay. Whose phone plan are you on?
My friend.
This would be my fiance's grandfather.
What's his name?
My fiance's grandfather?
Yes, I just wanted to verify. That way I can close that name off.
I'm going to be frank with you, sir. You know, I'm sorry that this happened.
Dogs are natural scavengers.
You think my little Titan would go? Oh my, detective, with all due respect, do not call me back.
Well, Titan is on a police hold. You're not going to be able to get him out.
Not Mandy on the other line is getting really combative, super defensive, and just kind of like freaking out multiple times and dodging simple questions. So the officers, acting on a hunch, do a welfare check at her apartment. And they find that it has been
How would they be talking to her if she was dead, Nick? No. Oh, is this after the fact that she died? I'm saying, like, is this
Indeed,
before or, like, after the fact she died?
car is missing. They then, of course, do a license plate running to try and find the car. They do find it like 500 miles away. They then also did get dental records back from the body that confirms that the deceased victim was indeed Mandy Rose Reynolds. So whoever was on the other line was 100% not Mandy.
She had recently opened her home to her cousin, Derek Joseph Dagno, giving him a chance to get back on his feet. What she didn't know was that this act of kindness would have devastating consequences. On April 8th, 2023, Wichita police spot Mandy's missing car.
Hey, he's taking off.
When officers attempt a traffic stop, the driver speeds off, leading them on a high-speed chase that reaches over 100 miles per hour.
It's fucking heartbreaking. It's truly just tragic. So, by all accounts, Mandy seems to just be a super nice person, and her cousin needed help. So, she did her best to help him, and he killed her for it. So,
What?
he shot her and then burned her body in a big plastic tub in that field. And stole her stuff,
Like, they
took the
wouldn't know.
car. They found the car, and then they go on a high-speed pursuit. Now, this piece of shit is a career criminal. He has, like, aggressive criminal felonies dating all the way back to the time he was 15. He apparently was even in, like, a shooting when he was a juvenile. This is someone that should have never been back on the streets in the fucking first place. It's just so infuriating. This is someone whose whole life has been dedicated to just making the world a worse place. He is just an evil piece of shit. And then he took this woman's life. This woman who showed him nothing but kindness.
The chase ends at a grocery store where the driver crashes the car and then flees on foot into the store. He's able to hide for a little over 2 minutes on a shelf behind canned goods before police finally discover and arrest him.
Damn, bro. Was he hiding in the fucking... That shit was not a good hiding spot. That motherfucker thought putting cans on the floor in front of him and hiding right there would have been good. Like, he should have done like those old videos where they stay overnight in Walmart, where they stay in like a toilet paper tent or some shit. I feel like that shit would be more believable of hiding than this shit.
283, clear the air. One in custody.
You ever had those hot Cheeto mac and cheese right there? Them those are fucking nasty.
Aisle 5 might be withdrawn. Or ODing, sorry. Hey, brother, what'd you take?
Big time cleanup on aisle 5 here. This fucking imbecile hid behind the canned goods. The worst hide-and-seek player of all time. Don't know what that thought process was. They'll never find me behind the olives and canned tomatoes. No one ever checks there. And then this imbecile must have started boofing whatever drugs he had on him, just taking as much as he could so they wouldn't find that too, because when they pull him out, he's in and out of consciousness. And it's not like the officers came there and just started fucking peppering him. They didn't do anything. They approached him and then told him to leave the canned goods. Get out from your fortress of beets. Come out here with your ass in the air. And he can't do that because he's barely lucid. Holy shit.
Yeah, we gotta go that way.
Someone stay here and make sure they don't car too. The car.
He's identified as Derek Joseph
Oh,
Dagno,
brother.
Mandy's
Bro has a
27-year-old
Budweiser shirt,
cousin.
too.
Just days before the murder, surveillance footage would later show Derek purchasing a gas can, a shovel, and a large plastic container.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Bro? None of these people...
Purchasing a gas
like,
can.
These people just walked past a, like, killer. Like a fucking criminal. Like, these people will never know that this guy right here would be killing someone that same day or the day before or whatever after. That's crazy.
A shovel and a large plastic container. Evidence from the car links him to the crime. Inside, they find the pistol used to kill Mandy.
The evidence was overwhelming. It took a jury only half an hour to convict him. Life in prison was the sentence for this subhuman evil stain. And you want to know something crazy? After the sentencing, his brother had a little something to say about it.
After the verdict was delivered, tensions boiled over in the courtroom, leading to a heated argument between members of both families.
Oh, brother. Is that the brother? Oh my god. He looks like he'd be defending his brother. Oh my god. He for sure talks to kids and eat kittens.
The conflict escalated when Dagno's brother-in-law attempted to strike someone and was escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs. He was later released.
That's unfathomable to me. You're telling me Bubba here was so upset at this verdict that he tried to strike someone? His fucking brother just killed an innocent woman. And then he tries to put his hands on somebody because he's so mad about it? It looks like the only things he's ever put his hands on is the ban button on a subreddit. Like, come the fuck on, man.
Exactly.
This is unreal. There is no world where they got the wrong person for this murder. The evidence is overwhelming. They have the surveillance camera footage of him buying the material that he used to burn her body. They also have the weapon used that killed her in his car. Like, there isn't, like, wiggle room that maybe they got the wrong guy here or he was framed or set up. That's just not possible. It's very clear that they have the right person in the slammer now for life. And yet this guy still gets so salty about that he tries to strike someone. That blows my mind. It really does. It's an extremely sad case, but I just found it so interesting how important the dog was as a piece of this puzzle to identifying the body and then having that phone call with Mandy. Like, the dog did help lead them down the right path to finding the murderer responsible. Though I do think they would have eventually gotten there anyway because they were able to get the dental records to confirm who the victim was, so they probably would have still ended up there regardless. But by having the dog at the scene and being able to run that chip, which led to that phone call from Mandy, I do think was very helpful in the case and the investigation. So, yeah, I kind of just wanted to go over this one a little bit. That's it.
Damn. What a good video, bruh.
Got me so green, but I ain't go to the doctor. Chop shit down like the blick helicopter.